What's up, guys? Our modern day surveillance state is targeting civilians based on psychologically profiling them or whatever the fuck they do. If you read the FBI threat assessment, it'll give you a slight idea of who they target when they talk about how they think a person should be. Our modern day surveillance state profiles people, targets them, and then puts them on remote neural monitoring, whether you want to believe that or not, whether you know that or not. I see a lot of TIs that don't talk about remote neural monitoring. 20 years ago when I was targeted, first of all, cops never showed their face. So this way they really couldn't trap you. It's not the cops doing this, it's the world is against you, really. So I had no idea about remote neural monitoring, which they did twice. They kind of like in my younger days, I was like, how did they know that? How did they know to talk about that? I never understood it. I didn't even know what a TI was. So now during my second targeting, they show me I'm on full-blown remote neural monitoring. They harass me like that. So you're gonna tell me that, oh, they didn't have me on remote neural RNM technology back then, only now. No. They don't need to show you're on remote neural monitoring. You're on remote neural monitoring. If you're watch listed, they don't just watch you through cameras and their FBI floating box perps. You know, they read your brainwave signatures in your brain, and they upload that to a supercomputer in real time. If you learn about the NSA, you'll understand this type of shit. That's the NSA who can read people's minds. I hate to admit this. I just hate that this is happening, you know, but that's the modern day surveillance state. They target people and then they put them on remote neural monitoring to police their thoughts. You know, so this is how they prevent people from doing crime proactive policing, you know, targeting motherfuckers, then putting them on remote neural monitoring. That's a huge invasion of privacy. Huge invasion of fucking privacy, you know? So, you know, this is what I'm trying to explain to you. I'm getting gang stalked by demons and the Eastern Stars. No, nigga, you're targeted and your thoughts are being policed because you've been profiled. That's what this is, you know? And when you're getting gang stalked, that's just a threat assessment. That's an investigation. A lot of people are targeted, having their minds read and don't even know it. You know, they're just being watched. They're not being investigated. I know why they pulled a threat assessment on me 20 years ago, because I was a person of concern. They were watching me, and they have technology that can watch you through walls and also scan your brainwave signatures to know and upload it to software to police your thoughts. I was working part-time in a job, and I was bored one time, and I went to one of the apartments to just to see it. I don't know, these people were never home, and I wanted to see how I was a teenager, man. I was very young. So for that, they pulled out a threat assessment on me, you know, and I know it was that. Even before then, people in my neighborhood who didn't know me know me. Let me tell you the shit that they do and how they profile you. 20 plus years ago, I had 3 undercover cops try to get me to piss in someone's mouth. I used to smoke weed and work on my basketball game at late night because I lost all my weight from playing basketball, so I fell in love with the game of basketball. So because I was watch listed, they sent 3 perps in there to try to get me to piss in someone's mouth, like 2 black guys walking a white guy on a dog leash. And the white guy was pretending he was like retarded and all that, and like cracked out and all that. And the 2 guys like, can we shoot each other? I was like, yeah. It's like, he's our slave. He likes when we piss in his mouth. You want to piss in his mouth? I'm like, no, man. What the fuck? I'm just here to fucking play ball. He's like, and even the undercover cop was like, yeah. You want to piss in my mouth? Like, what the fuck are they doing, bro? What the fuck are they doing? See, this was on the Upper East Side. There's no such things as hoods chilling there with white dog-like slaves that like getting pissed in their mouth. That was street theater, you know? Which tells you, like, why? See, they're constantly trying to criminalize you, yo. They're constantly trying to criminalize you, yo. And then they do this shit because they're reading your thoughts, all right? You're not going to tell me that 20 years ago, they weren't reading my mind, but now they are. This means niggas like Gang Stalking by the Numbers, King Mansa, all you other TIs who don't think you're on remote neuromonitoring, you're on remote neuromonitoring. That's the problem. That's an invasion of privacy. You know, we had Mossad and CIA orchestrate 9/11 to pass the Patriot Act so that they can make this shit legal. You know, now we lost all our civil liberties and our privacy. That's out the fucking window. You know, they had to kill 3,000 people so we could fight for Israel. You know, we could fight all of Israel's enemies and pass the Patriot Act. This is the cabal working. This is the cabal. So, yeah, you know, you get targeted. They put you on remote neural monitoring, and they constantly try to criminalize you. You know, that's what this program is. You don't just get watched, you get your thoughts policed. All right, and this is how they stop crime proactively. Whoa, you see that? At your fucking expense, you know? So this is why it's important to stop crying on YouTube and go out and spread real awareness. Like, you stand in the middle of the fucking street with a bunch of other TIs, you get on a loudspeaker, be like, you know, you tell the public, like, there is no information on a watch list. All you know about a watch list is that there's a watch list. There is no fucking public information on a watch list, and that's for a reason. And we as victims should tell them what they do to people on a watch list. You know, many TIs don't even know they're targeted, like me, for 20 fucking years. I didn't know that, you know. The gang stalking is just threat assessment. That's what it is. It's threat assessment. They're investigating you. You have the FBI Behavioral Analysis unit investigating you. You know, but you can be watch listed and they don't need to investigate you. They're just policing your thoughts. All right? That's a huge invasion of privacy. I was not put on this earth so that they can police my thoughts and pretend that I'm bad. You know what I'm saying? For fucking human experimentation-like purposes. All this shit comes from MK Ultra. You know? There is no MK Ultra, but there's gang stalking, right? But MK Ultra ended, but we just had this weird phenomenon called gang stalking. Get the fuck out of here, yo. So that's what I would like to tell TIs. Get off your fucking ass. Start organizing and start to spread real awareness. Stop begging for money online. I'm never going to donate to a TI who ain't do shit to stop this program. You're out your fucking mind. You know, sit your ass home and cry like a bitch. If you're still crying on YouTube and complaining on YouTube, you're not getting gang stalked hard enough, bro. When you want to get off your fucking ass and spread real awareness to the public because this is wrong, then you've been gang stalked enough. You know? By the way, I'll $60 for alternative homesteading. Finding one fucking video that's real evidence she's getting gang stalked. I'm gonna send any TI $60. You know? Y'all want money? Go ahead. Show me one piece of evidence that she's a gang stalker, and I will $60 your Cash App. So that's what I want to tell people. You're watch listed. They're policing your thoughts. And a lot of people don't even know that this is happening to them. This is why it's important to spread awareness, you know? And we got to spread awareness. You got to get off your fucking ass. This is worth spreading your awareness. I wasn't put on earth to have my thoughts policed, you know? Get the fuck out of here, you know?